Once upon a time, there lived a widower and a widow. Each had a daughter. The two girls often walked together. One day, the widow said gently to the man's daughter, "Tell your father I would like to marry him. If he agrees, you shall have milk to wash in and wine to drink. My own daughter will be content with water." The girl told her father. He hesitated. "Marriage can bring comfort," he said. "But it can also bring sorrow." Still uncertain, he decided to leave the matter to fate. He handed his daughter an old boot with a hole in its sole. "Hang this in the loft," he said. "Pour water into it. If it holds, I will remarry. If it leaks, I will remain alone." Strangely, the hole sealed itself. The boot held the water. So he married the widow. At first, promises were kept. But soon, everything changed. Milk turned to water. Wine disappeared. The stepmother's kindness faded. She grew cold and jealous. For the man's daughter was gentle and beautiful, while her own child was neither kind nor fair. One bitter winter morning, when the earth lay frozen beneath snow, the stepmother handed the girl a thin dress made of paper. "Wear this," she said. "Go into the forest and bring me strawberries." In winter, the girl whispered, "There are none. Do not return without them." She gave her only a crust of bread. In her heart, she believed the cold would finish the task. But the girl went quietly into the forest. Snow covered everything. Deep among the trees stood a small house. 3 little men looked out. She greeted them kindly and stepped inside. They sat her by the fire. When they asked for food, she shared her bread without hesitation. They gave her a broom. "Sweep the snow behind the house." She obeyed. While she worked, the 3 little men spoke softly. "She is kind," said the first. "Let her grow more beautiful each day." "Let gold fall from her lips whenever she speaks," said the second. "And let a king one day choose her as his bride," said the third. Behind the house, beneath the snow, bright red strawberries lay hidden. She gathered them joyfully. When she returned home and spoke, gold fell to the floor. The room glittered. But envy burned in the stepmother's heart. Her own daughter demanded to go. She dressed warmly and carried fine food. Yet she entered the little house without greeting anyone. She refused to share. She refused to sweep. The little men watched silently. "She carries no kindness," said the first. "Let her grow uglier each day. Let frogs fall from her mouth when she speaks," said the second. "And let sorrow follow her steps," said the third. She found no strawberries. When she returned home and spoke, a toad leapt from her mouth. Fear filled the room. Still, the stepmother's cruelty deepened. She sent the girl to the frozen river to rinse yarn. While she worked in the cold, a royal carriage approached. The king himself stepped down. "My child," he said, "why are you alone in such weather?" She answered softly. Gold fell at her feet. The king saw not only beauty, but goodness. "Will you come with me?" he asked. "Yes," she replied. And so she left the forest behind. They were married. And in time she bore a son. Hearing of her fortune, the stepmother and her daughter came to the palace. One day, When the king was away, they betrayed her. They cast her into the river below, and placed the ugly daughter in her bed. When the king returned, something felt wrong. No gold fell when she spoke, but he was told she was ill. That night, a duck swam through the palace gutter. It spoke softly to the kitchen boy. "Is the king awake?" The boy answered. "And my child?" asked the duck. "He sleeps safely." For 3 nights the duck returned. On the 3rd night, it said, "Tell the king to swing his sword 3 times above me." The king did so. At the 3rd stroke, his true queen stood before him, alive once more. The truth was revealed. On the day of the child's christening, the king asked the stepmother, "What punishment does one deserve for casting another into death?" She answered carelessly. The sentence she named became her own, and justice was carried out. Peace returned to the palace. The blessings of the 3 little men remained with the queen always.